Your next stage is monthly tracking. Every month you need to enter numbers, the actual numbers from your accounting program. Now you remember you can get to monthly tracking from this page right here or from the home page. It's easier to just enter it from here.
Amos, I just want to point out, this says April 2018, May 2018. Where did this number come from? Where you enter the year end is, if you'll recall, on the annual budget page. When you enter the year end on the annual budget page, it will automatically fill in all these columns.
Right, okay, so that is correct. This number here has to represent upcoming fiscal year end. All right, so if I go back and change your note that now your fiscal months are within the existing year. If you look at the at this column in here, the monthly budget, this shows you the actual budget for the month for every one of these expenses and for the sales as well. It'll tell you whether you're over or under. You can see that in here. Now, if your sales are only $50,000 and you had a budget of, or your goal was $250,000, you're obviously in trouble. You got to pick up your socks and get more sales, right? But let's assume that we are $250,000 in sales, or close to it, and our cost of good happens to be $200,000. You can see that your cost of goods should have been $170,000 and not $200,000, and that should be a warning to you that your productivity is down and your expenditures in the field are too high. Or is your estimating incorrect? But this is what this is all about. It allows us to see where we are and what corrections we need to make. It allows you to be proactive rather than reactive. Where you should have made gross profit 32%, this month you only made 20%. Well, you better pick it up in next month, right? Same thing here. Let's say the advertising is $4,500 and we spend $4,800 for the month. Well, we're over. Let's say in this month we actually spent $3,800. We're under. If in this month we have sold $198,000, but our costs were only $100,000, we picked up the difference. But what I want to take you from here is into the first quarter. Remember, this is from your year end, month 1, month 2, month 3. This is the three of them make first quarter. If I go to first quarter, all I'm getting is the reporting telling me that my actual sales, the variance in dollars, and the variance in percentage. Let's go back to monthly tracking. Let's do another month so get a clearer picture. So my sales are $200,000 for this month. And my cost of good happens to be $140,000. And my advertising promotion happens to be $5,200. That's one more number. So bank charges was $200,000 or $200 was $192 and $210. Now let's go back to first quarter and see what happened. All right. My actual sales for the first quarter was $648,000. I'm down 13.5%. My cost of goods was $440,000. I'm $70,000 down. But in this case, it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. I spent less money on cost of goods than I anticipated. What we're seeing in here, the budget was 32% gross margin. My gross margin has gone up by 0.10%. Doesn't sound like much. But when you do all 4 quarters, it accumulates. Now, My advertising, my budget was 13,500. I spent 13,800. I spent $300 more than I should have, or 2.2%. That means what I need to do is adjust the next month downwards to pick up the difference. We do not want to go over in any way. Now that goes on for everything else as well. So do that on a monthly basis. You keep entering on a monthly basis, and you can also look at a full year, but we'll do that as the next step.